Got it. All right. Hello, everybody. We've got a huge group tonight, which is very exciting. My bedding has arrived.
Amazing. Wow.
Thank you. No, I'll do it. I'll sit there. Sorry.
It's all like you guys for twin beds.
That's
Right?
good. Oh, no problem. Thank you. All right. Hey, okay, here we are. Welcome everybody to June's show and tell. Thanks for everyone being here. We've got 20 people here tonight, which is really pretty awesome. And tonight's show and tell is Film Swap V6?
Sure.
5-6 with Anita. And before we start, Anita and Vince, do you have any EPCO announcements?
I could give a little rundown on some upcoming events. I would say that definitely the announcement of the day is that the dark room is essentially up and running. And so I might let Vince do a little spiel about that one, but that's very exciting. As for upcoming events, the exhibition on the walls of OPW right now is Woman. We had a blowout success of an opening reception, and we're now about halfway through the exhibition. There's a poetry and film screening night coming up on Friday the 9th, and that's at 6:30 to 9. So come on by for that if you can. And then the closing reception is on Friday, the June 23rd. And we will be announcing that shortly. You'll see that on the Instagrams and newsletters. Yeah, there's a upcoming cyanotype workshop that is sold out, which is very exciting for us. I'm sure we'll run it again. There's still some space in the lumen printing workshop on June 25th. And
It is filling up though. I do know that. Every day we get some more signups. So
amazing. So I'll put a link in the chat to that. And then finally, I will say, if you haven't seen already, save the date for EBCO Fest 2023 happening on October 7th at Ellen Shershaw's photography studio in the Diamond District. We're deep into planning for that.
yes.
So that's my little spiel. Vince, do you want to say anything about the dark room?
Yeah, not much to say except that it's up and running and taking signups. And so I put the link in the chat to go to sign up to become a user. And we are taking it kind of slow, and so please be patient if darkroom manager Brenna doesn't get back to you right away. But once you sign up, you go through an orientation about how to use the space, and then you can start a subscription, so you can use it. And Brenna, our darkroom manager, is doing a fantastic job, and she set up a community darkroom in Eugene, so has real valuable experience. And Neely, you said your orientation went well. You were the first orientee. Oh, and you made a print.
Yeah, we did just really quick contract print, not even like a test strip for it, just sort of a wild guess. No, it's awesome. Actually, Brenna was amazing. She had a time limit and we kept to it, and she answered all our questions. And yeah, now I feel very comfortable going into the space without anybody there, even though I haven't really been in a dark room for like 10 years. It's really well laid out, signs everywhere telling you what to do. It's super great. So I'm excited. I'm going to register for some time.
So
I should
great.
point out that Neely
Cool.
was on the darkroom committee when we first started looking for space.
Awesome space.
Yeah, so Neely and I were the ones out pounding the pavement looking for space, and this is the outcome of that early darkroom committee. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, really shitty contact print. No, it's awesome. It was so exciting. In fact, Phil and I were both in there together, and we both had the same, like, so we had our contact sheets, you know, in the tray developing, and he's like, okay, all right, flip it. Let's see the alchemy. Like, we still had that excitement, even though we both have been in dark rooms a lot. It's just that magic is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it never goes away. Never goes away.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Ah, the smell of the fixer.
Yes.
Stop
For the
that.
record, we are using low odor
Cool.
Echo Pro fixer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, actually, I would say there was very little smell, which at first I was disappointed with, but I was really happy in the end because, you know, I mean, the chemistry is
yeah, we could
terrible,
pipe
right?
in.
It makes you sick.
We could pipe in some smell if you really miss it.
No. Like fart smell, because that's kind of what it is. No, it was great actually. Like I said, when we first went in, I was like, "Where's the smell?" And then Brenna introduced us to the new chemistry. And what I really like about this is that not only is the low toxicity as far as the smell and all of that stuff, but the wash time for fiber is really 5 minutes.
Crazy short.
That's great.
It's amazing. And you know, and all of us were like, really? Like, are you really? But yeah, it is. And what's so fantastic is it's going to save so much water. So I don't feel so bad about in darkroom photography. You know, before I was always like, oh God, you know, the toxicity of everything. But no, and Brenna's got it all laid out really well with time. She did give a little more time for the fiber wash people just because we're so used to longer time, but she's like, no, really 5 minutes is what they recommend. So I don't see a reason to not follow the chemistry maker's advice on only 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
that's great. And it's also means like more time for making prints rather than waiting around for wash and stuff. So I
That
think
is
it's
very
awesome.
exciting to hear. I think in the interest of time, we should probably move along to the show and tell, but it's very exciting. I haven't done an orientation yet either. I've definitely spent time in there, but I would love to try the whole system out. Cool. Well, welcome to show and tell version however many. I love this project. We've been doing it since 2020, I believe, on Zoom. And it's always a smashing success. For folks who may be watching this video in the future and don't know what a film swap is, it's when you take a roll of film or a sheet of film, shoot it through your camera, rewind it if it's the roll, and take it out, give it to a friend. They put it in their camera and they shoot over your images. Or you can swap with yourself, but basically you're shooting over a roll of film or a sheet. And then you have it developed and possibly scanned, and then we share the results. And it's generally fascinating.
Yeah,
So,
it's fun. Do you have the list in front of you, Anita?
I do.
Okay, great.
And yeah, Eric, you can totally, like, Hannah did that. She was like, she shot a roll and then she was like, I don't know who to hand this to. So she just put it back in her camera.
Yeah.
It looked great. I actually
fun.
have one of her prints right here. Let's start off with somebody who's not here. This is a print I bought that's cat and some roses. But yeah, that's Hannah swapping over stuff. So I will launch into, according to the list, and this is just sort of an order of who signed up, but first up is J.M. Golding and Bob Schonkhoff. Let me make sure you can share. Should be able to now. And yeah, let us know what you got.
Okay. Bob, do you mind if I start? Because I think our first image kind of sets the tone for this in a way about film swapping.
Oh, I don't think we can hear you, Bob.
Yeah, strangely enough, you don't look like you're on mute, but we can't hear you. Thumbs up. I'm going to take that as an okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay, yeah. Great.
Okay.
Ooh.
That was the one I wanted to start with.
Very nice.
Nice.
Can you tell us a little bit about your process?
We both used Tolga's.
Okay.
And we agreed that we would respect the frame boundaries, and that was about it. We each have pretty different styles. And I mean, I love what happened with this one, because that whole psychic thing is like, oh yeah, that's what happens with film swaps sometimes, right? Like,
And I love that it's
Yeah,
with
mystical.
California too.
yeah. You don't have that kind of, explicit knowledge of what the other person's doing, but sometimes it can be kind of psychic about it anyway.
How many will you be sharing with us this evening?
We have a total of 10, so 5 from each role.
Cool.
I don't know if that's too much. We can cut it back.
I'm always eager to see as many results as possible. We'll just see how the time goes.
I know 10 sounds really good.
And black and white has its own thing,
Mm.
obviously, but a lot of the film subs we see are color. It's cool to see
These
black
are
and white.
amazing. I mean, just
Yeah.
that looks like Batman. That's crazy.
Wow.
Ooh. Oh, I know where this was shot, or at least one of them.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's what the cemetery, Mountain View Cemetery. We did a film photo walk there a couple months ago. Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I liked how that those images combined when we had no idea what each other were
Yeah.
doing. Yes,
Yeah, that's amazing.
shot on 2 Holgas.
Oh, wow, this is cool.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I wish your mic was working too, Bob.
I know.
Yes,
Do you want to
maybe-
just go through one more time, Bob?
This one I really
Okay.
like. It's very subtle, but it's very strange.
What is it?
It reminds me
Yeah.
of like Lion King when Mufasa's like in
Oh, yeah. Is this like a
Is it a
yeah, is
gear
it a
shift?
lion? Is it a Chinese lion?
yeah, it looks like it.
Mask in Chinatown window.
No, okay.
Ah,
Wow. Yeah, it's like it's
Wow.
breathing fire. Or like, yeah, it's amazing.
that's cool.
Trippy dude. And this looks like a stairway to heaven.
Yeah, I think Bob thought thought of that too, didn't you, Bob? You saw that one first.
Look
Huh?
at when I ran into Ernie. What is going on in this one?
Yeah.
I can't quite.
Bob says reflection of Mexican museum in puddle.
And there's
Oh.
also a hillside, the sun rising over the hill, and a bunch of mustard blooming in the foreground.
Oh, okay. Very cool. That one's pretty amazing. Those are great.
Jackie, did you have a set to show as well, or was this, I'm not good at
No,
counting.
that's all 10.
Okay, wow. Thank you, Bob.
Nice.
Thank
So
you.
cool.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh, we are next, Jean and Anita. Right, let's see here. Expecting this to be so soon. I'm gonna go first.
Sure.
Oops. So Jean and I shot, let me share here. Are you able to see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Jean and I have swapped many times at this point, and we always shoot 35mm color, which ends up with we have a ton of results, and so trying to trim it down. And Jean, I ended up picking 10. It was really hard to pick 6. So this is the roll that Jean shot first and then sent to me, and then I shot over it. I'll show here 10 images from mine, and then when I'm done, Jean's going to share some selections from the other roll. And you're seeing them change?
Yes. Ooh. So those flowers, sorry, on the last one, those flowers,
Yes.
that is, it's surprising to me that they're so vivid on top of the other white.
Yeah, same. I never
When
entirely
I
know.
when I took the flowers, I purposely, it was super sunny. I was in like Laguna
Oh.
Beach for a job, and so the greens and the other parts were really dark. So I think that helps to bring through the wall.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is great.
But I love how it's the tones are so similar, like the white flowers on the white wall. And yeah, it just
Hmm.
worked.
I know at first I was like, wait, are the flowers painted on the wall?
um, Eric, you asked how often do you get non-matching frames with 35mm, the frame matching? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. It just all seems fairly random.
Yeah, some people try to line it up by when you load in your film into the camera and just take a Sharpie and kind of show where the box is, but I don't do that. I like making it maximally serendipitous.
Yes, that's the phrase.
Agreed. Totally agree. Oh my God.
Right?
That's
That's great.
hilarious.
Jean, is this San Quentin? I've realized we didn't really talk about any of this.
Yeah, I took the ferry over to San Quentin and I was like, I forget how beautiful it is. All our prison real estate is amazing.
Well, I am obviously a fan. And
Oh, wow.
this,
Yeah,
Jean, you said
this
was
one's
Usher.
Yeah, he was playing a concert at a job I had, so I brought my camera purposely to shoot something. I didn't know who the talent was going to be, but so that
yeah, this one's crazy.
Well done.
Janet glance at the chat. Full screen, so Usher. Yeah. So I'll just cycle back through real quick, and then Jean can hop on.
Okay, I'll try to share mine. Let me figure out where the share button is. There it is. Do this. Is it sharing stuff?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, I'll go full screen.
Yeah.
Is it full screen? Okay, so
Now it
first
is.
couple, it is working.
Correct. Yes.
That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah, the first
Nice.
couple are from the same role that Anita just showed, but there was a couple. We got a lot of neat ones, so I just wanted to include a couple more.
Cool.
I actually work in the same building as the CAM folks now, so I'm going to share this image with them. I think they'll love it.
Yeah, that was Jeanette Lee, the pool player. She was there was a documentary, and that was a Q&A afterwards. So
Nice.
the weirdest thing about this one was I actually ate at Lovely's before I went to this pinball tournament in Oakland. So I couldn't believe it that there would be Lovely's.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
yeah.
we went there on our photo walk.
I was like, wait, did I shoot that? I was like, no, I did not, because that's my picture that's in the background. So that was bizarre. And this is the other role.
Ooh.
I love this one.
And that's the last one. I'll roll back up to the others. Whoops. Yeah, the Heklina one was interesting that it paired up with that other image as well.
Yeah. Right. That's us. Next up, we have Ernie and Ronald Orlando.
Okay. I am going to go first. And I have about 9 photos.
Nice.
This is the first one. I shot most of mine, actually all of them in Cleveland Heights, just walking around the different neighborhoods and see what I could get.
Hey, Ron, can you make it full? Oh, you are doing that right now. Sorry.
And
Ooh.
Wow, there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle.
Mhm.
I know.
this
Whoa.
Yeah, that's cool.
this little house here, they have cans of food in it where people can drop
Oh, yeah.
off next time. Yeah.
Awesomely geometrical.
Wow, what is this all about?
Oh, I took the part with the store with the cane park. Ernie took the one
Yeah.
with the
They,
boat.
I took, these are posters.
Mhm.
And there's a place on Clement that, people slam up posters. Michael Jang does a lot of stuff there, but because they were dark, I figured, whatever Ron shot, it hopefully would show up. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this this is store, the wine spot, and it didn't come out so good. They had 3 umbrellas and I was trying to take that, but the awning came out really good. I like that.
And then this graffiti at Sutro Baz. Unfortunately, it kind of wiped out Ron's umbrellas.
But that's all right because I think I like the awning better than the umbrella. Now that I know it. So worked out well. And this is the library goes across the street, and this is the part of the structure of the walkway between the two buildings. Now I took my shot is the you see the mannequin, and which is the reason I have it vertically, because I was going by a store, and they had a bunch of these mannequins, and they sort of got lost. But Ernie's picture makes it interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Whoa.
portion of the Diego Rivera mural at the SF MoMA. And Ron, use the arrow and show them the mannequin.
Yeah, the mannequin is right here. You can see the
It's
foot.
kind of hard to maybe.
Yeah,
If you
That's
could-
so amazing that the
part of
man.
the face of the mannequin is meshed with the this face over here, and here's the other mannequin right here and right here. And this was this structure here is from Ernie's shot.
Wow, that's cool.
And that's
And-
the Oculus at SF MoMA. The walkway that goes across. They've covered it up with these panels. And I was trying to incorporate that somehow. Go
And then
ahead.
there's a sewing machine.
Yes, I was walking by the cleaner that I go to, and it was closed. It was late in the afternoon, and I just decided to take a picture of the thread and the sewing machine and see what would happen. And
Yeah.
That one is so cool.
that's the only thing we were talking about. I said, "Oh, too bad the sewing machine wasn't more in the center," but we like it. I like it. And
Oh,
This-
wow.
this was the little patio in front of this Indian restaurant, and I was walking by there. Actually, I was on my way home, and I decided to take it. I was like in my last two shots, so to take.
And so my contribution are the panels. Ron, can you go back to the previous one, please? So you see the panels there, they're different colors and so it's certain, you shoot one way and they're dark. And so I was trying to, in my effort to get dark stuff, into my image, the result was the following frame, Ron. Go back to the last one, please. I think that's your last one, isn't it?
That's the last one, yeah.
And so you get the faint lines or those panels from the previous one that I took, closer shot.
I just noticed the guy in the background, which is kind of fun.
Yes,
And walking towards.
a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, those are great. Dang.
That's it. Thank you.
So thank you so much. Nice.
Let's see if I can.
Nice.
We have Kendra and Andrea.
Oh, no, wait,
Ernie has
Oh,
something.
no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Please.
No problem. There's a couple overlap, but
Oh,
there are some different ones. So do you mind if I do a slideshow first?
no, not at all.
Okay, so again, these are the panels that are incorporated from that Oculus bridge. my version.
Ooh.
My version, or obviously oriented my way.
Oh, cool.
So again, these are close up of those panels from the scene with the sewing machine. And then obviously Ron's theater marquee.
That guy was mowing the lawn across from this, is this?
Oh.
And then my shot is a Dolce Gabbana window display, the mannequins with, and then there was this, mirrored box. So I kind of like, the mannequin's feet and then my feet. That was the idea there. And trees atop Land's End Sutro Baths.
Now in this shot, I took a series of the signs from this strip down the street with all the signs for all the businesses, and I took it vertically.
Yeah, so it's just a question is whether, which way to go, and we're trying not to have too many images. So I went with, my horizontal image. And the same thing here. And again, this was a Dolce Gabbana or whatever it's called, and another window. This time I decided to have myself.
And that was in the
just my
sidewalk.
legs, just so self-portrait with chaos, I guess. I think that's
Yeah,
what
it was written on the sidewalk. Yeah, with this drawing of the building.
Thank you.
Oh,
Totally awesome.
That was great.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we have Kendra and MJ.
all right. I'm gonna hold on. There we go. Stop. And then-
I forgot what we picked, so this will be fun.
I'm sorry, view, full screen. Okay, so I shot first and then Andrea shot second, and we didn't line up very well. So there's a lot with, that extra little,
I like it when that happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it adds to it a little bit more,
Mhm.
more mysterious.
and I think
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
so. Do you see the dog?
Oh yeah.
That was good, serendipitous one.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Nice. Wow, that's a trip.
Yeah.
The Flowerland
wow.
one.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on in that one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it.
I think
But this one too, I really like just because it's so straightforward, simple,
Right,
Mhm.
and kind of miraculous. Like that's
right,
Mhm.
that that
Kinda
came together
pairing.
that way, or yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's it. So let's go back. This was our first, both of our first attempt at doing this, so I think we let's- I sort of like the serendipitous of the kids' cars all lined up on the car.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like a
When
little
that happens.
right. It's like
Yeah.
and I actually like, I mean, it's hard to see the far right of this, but I kind of like what's going on over here mixed with this. Like
Mhm.
it's sort of like three different things going on.
Hmm. That's why those in between frame bits are so good.
And, anyway, I think that's
This one's funny. Those mud flats, is that what's in the background?
yeah, it's the
Mhm.
mud,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like how it
Oh, God.
looks.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And then yeah, mixed with the Easter, mixed with the like you got the bulb on the bottom there, the like oh what did I do? Wait, what did I do? The brick from, you know, it is sort of,
Mhm.
and then dogs over here.
Hmm.
It's got a lot going on too. Anyway,
Yeah, that's pretty great. The dog and the dog.
right over here, like yeah, it's pretty funny that it worked out that way. You knew I was gonna have at least a few dogs in
Oh
my
yeah,
images.
yeah.
I tried not all of them, but
That's so cool.
anyway,
This is, I really like this one, is it's
yeah,
kind of double drama. Very
Right,
very
they're
dramatic
both-
tree, and yeah.
and then the very dramatic flower.
Yeah, this one's and the way
And the trunk on the side also is sort of interesting. Like it
Exactly.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
grounds
crazy.
it. Anyway, that's our. Do you have anything to say, Andrea?
No, not really. It was fun. When can we do it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, anytime.
It doesn't have to be a. Yeah. Anyway, so
So
that's
great.
our.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay. Who's next?
Nice.
Next up, we have Vince and Eric. Vince Donovan, Eric Matthew.
All right, Eric and I shot some 8x10, and let's see. Eric shot so he shot 8x10 on some photo paper, and then handed it over to me. So let's take a look at these. So here is one.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
And then here is the other.
So explain how you did this.
Well, Eric, explain how you did yours.
They're just paper negatives, basically.
Okay.
So they haven't been reversed on the scan. I mean, you can reverse them or
Right.
not reverse them. They're kind of trippy unreversed. We were originally going to shoot paper negatives and X-ray, but I think we both just kind of ran out of time, basically. So the lens that I used is a handmade 180 millimeter lens. So it's like the equivalent of an ultra wide angle. It's like a 28 or 30 millimeter lens equivalent on an 8x10. And those are, for those of you who've been to our house, it's the rose bushes out front of our house, which grow exponentially every year. Like we trim them down to 3 feet and they're like over 6 feet, like 2 months later. So they just bloom like absolutely crazy. And they're really fun to photograph because there's always sun on them from different angles and everything.
Is this roses too, Eric?
Yeah, they're both roses.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then,
And-
yeah, and then he handed me one 8x10 film holder with 2 shots in
Cute.
it, and
Yeah.
and then I shot this Graylab timer in my studio, and that's multiple exposures, just because of both of these.
Right.
And then, as a special treat, we can see them reversed.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me open that up.
they look like they should be an album cover.
Huh. Um, all right. There we go. So here's the
Mm.
reversed version.
So cool.
And there's a couple of large format photographers that just shoot paper negatives, and they're able to get really nice tones out of them. And I'm starting to be a believer. Like, I'm really impressed with
Yeah.
how these came. Yeah, and that's just, right out of the camera, and then these are just reversed.
Flipped.
But yeah, you can see this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exposures on my side that I took. Each of these exposures was about 5 seconds.
I was actually testing this lens on the 8x10 because I'd originally built
Wow.
it for a 4x5. And so this is the first time I've actually seen it shoot 8x10. Sorry, don't mind me. And it's got a really like narrow depth of field. I was testing to use it for portraits, like from 2 or 3 feet away.
Uh-huh.
So I was just sort of seeing like
But it's
darkness
pretty
was, and
yeah.
I mean, it was pretty windy, and I was shooting like this
Uh-huh.
a sixth of a second because
I think
like
it's pretty
6
nice in
ISO,
this.
So
That is
Pretty
pretty
nice in the
sharp.
center there. Yeah.
Good.
Look at that one. That's pretty good.
yeah.
So there you go.
8x10 crispiness, indeed.
Amazing. Thank you. Cool. Well, next we have Mario and Jess, and we're doing great on time. So if anyone has extras they want to share or take a little time, go for it. But yeah, Mario and Jess, you're next.
All right. We can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
We loaded 4 4x5 film holders each, and I don't know, I think mine were probably expired film. I'm not sure about Mario's. And yeah, and then we just swapped the film holders, and that's what we got. We got, I think, 10 with 2 exposures on them.
Whoa.
What is
What's
happening?
going on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's I think he did the street scene, I did like a storefront.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
I did the meter guy.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
That's cool.
it's funny how sometimes like it just takes a while to
Uh-huh.
figure out what is going on.
Yeah, and I mean, the orientation too, I think most
Yeah.
of them, we got
Mm-hmm.
shot 2 different ways.
I love it when that happens. Yeah. Exactly. That's the fun part. Oh, that's awesome.
I think that's it.
Yeah, well, that was great.
Nice.
I can go back.
Can you go? Yeah, go through them again.
Computer's very slow today. Let's see. All right.
I really like this one, how these, these two buildings are kind of forced to relate with each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got this kind of dead space in the middle. I really liked it.
Well, and then the dog, like the outlines of the dogs underneath too. It
Uh-huh.
took me a minute to
Yeah.
fix that, and that really anchors everything too.
I like this one too.
I think that's it.
Cool.
How do I stop share? Oh, there we go. Got it. I think that was Mario's first film swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Very successful.
Yeah, congrats.
Had no clue what I was doing.
You would never guess. It looks great. Next up, we have Nan and Yvonne.
Hello. Okay, let me get the screen share going.
And we did one roll of black and white, 35mm, and one roll of color medium format.
Whoops. One. And then the first one was, let's see, 24 exposures. We could go through a couple of them pretty quickly and then talk about some of our favorites. Yvonne went first and shot her entire roll of florals. Where was this, Yvonne?
This was at Gamble Garden in Palo Alto.
Let me fix to make sure you can see all of it.
So cool.
Okay. I think this is probably the first frame, and I really love it. still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it's great.
Yvonne caught her in a moment of smiling.
And you can see the camera, we took the other double exposures in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, so we
shot
actually
them together.
Yeah, so how we did was we shot on our own cameras. I was shooting a Yashica D, and then we actually swapped cameras, so we got to try each other's cameras as well.
That's fun.
Let's see. There's the Canon AE1, that's Yvonne's, that I got to swap with, and we made a fun day out of it. So it was on a first Friday in Oakland.
Just this past Friday.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
So really quick
down to the
turnaround.
wire.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this is
Mural in
full
Oakland.
mural in Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole new dimension to film swap, like a live film swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this was in Viridian, our first stop of the night out of 5. We made it to 5 bars.
Nice.
Well, and then you can see the elements of the street in this one. Kitty cat.
Yeah.
This is my friend's home. They were moving out, so I had visited them and captured some nostalgia pictures for them. There's
There's me.
Oh, I really, really love this one. So this is probably our third stop of the night. We went to Baba's house. They were having a game night. So we learned to play Mahjong that night. And it was a really dark room, but it turned out amazing. probably my
Yeah,
favorite
it's a great picture.
of the bunch.
I think this is my favorite too.
Oh, and then by the end of the roll, we just ran out of time and we were at our last stop, which was Bar Shiru. So we just started taking, or I just started taking pictures of whatever I can that was illuminated. So I think this is like a candle. This is probably a bathroom selfie.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, Eric, definitely towards the end of the roll is less sharp.
Oh, yeah. So the orientation of this one is, yeah, you can see Yvonne using the TLR camera here. This is probably like a candle. Oh yeah, and then in the Bar Shiru had these beautiful like wooden slant doorways, so that turned out really cool in the dark space with the florals. You can't really see, but I think this is someone's face lit up by a candle. My friends. And then
Oh
of
yeah,
course,
you kind of like, yeah, it takes a minute. but
You
it
look-
resolves,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, and the beautiful backlit bar.
Bar Shiru was amazing.
It is so amazing. Yeah, I think this one was really cool too, because I was just like, okay, the exit sign is okay. But this actually also came to be one of my favorites and Yvonne's, yeah. One final bathroom selfie. I'm here, but you can't really see.
Aw.
And then with the medium format, I think the results varied. I think when I shot my first, I mean, technique wise, I don't know, would it have been better if I like overexposed more so that when Yvonne shoots over, then both is blended, like, so you can kind of subtly tell the double exposure in this one. Any thoughts?
I like that the light almost looks like the cat is pooping it out.
Yes. This is my cat. This is my cat Muji. I don't remember for this one what Yvonne, what you
I
ended
think
up
it was, so since we shot it together, it's probably all the same venues. So this was probably at Viridian.
Yeah. Yeah, so like these ones didn't turn out because the greenery I shot was really, this is what I shot in. I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell if these are doubled. You can kind of
a little bit of the light.
Yeah. Kind of tell. But yeah, we'll probably try to experiment again with the medium format. But so I know I shot the graffiti wall and I don't know what's the layer on top. Oh, it looks like we were at T on Piedmont, possibly. And then the color versus the black and white is also was a fun experiment to see for us too for the results.
I'm more impressed that you're able to reload.
Oh
with
yes,
the
I
medium
re-spooled my 120 film under my blanket, just praying because I don't have a change bag that it worked. Yeah. This one, you can kind of see the subtlety of it, like the windows from my friend's home. And then, yeah, the UPS guy. Plus, I think I took a photo of like in a record store was what I had shot first. This one is also my favorite. There's a portrait of me that Yvonne took, and that's my
Wow.
niece. So this cute little blend of the two of us.
You said that's your niece?
Yeah, that's my niece.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
So
Yeah, it looks almost unreal, like that. Her face looks like a doll, like just in that kind of like blurry.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think I had her facing directly at the window light for that one.
That's cool.
But that's our share. Let me know if there's anything you'd want me to go back to.
Yeah, I was gonna say what J.M. Golding is saying. It's like your past self. Like it just feels like a ghostly visitation. So cool.
Yeah. Okay. Back to our favorite, just one more time.
What's the name of that bar?
This one is Baba's House. So they do a lot of like events like karaoke nights, vinyl days.
Nice.
Yeah, it's more like a hangout lounge spot, not really a bar, but they
Right.
do have some drinks.
And it's upstairs. So what's the downstairs called?
It's
Is it-
Baba's House is the
Oh, it's also
restaurant, and the
Baba's.
upstairs they have the line.
Mhm.
And then I
Where,
think
whereabouts is it?
it's like down. I don't remember. Down. It's like
Is
15.
it
It's
Oakland?
in the
Yeah, it's
first
Oakland.
Friday quarter, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when you guys
It's
were-
like 15. I think it's on 15th Street and Broadway.
Yeah.
And then
Where we went was about like a 2 or 3 block radius.
yeah, like we checked out the town, which is new, Slug. Yeah, so it was a very fun night. And then I think the next experiment, I think I want to try to print these in our new dark room. So I'm excited to try to do some dark room printing with this
Oh,
one.
and somebody was saying, so I've shot double exposures before. So for the black and white 35 millimeters, I had drawn a line of where the frame lines were. So when Nang loaded it, they lined up really well. And you can see on the actual, because I developed it myself too, you can see exactly where the borders are and they line up really nicely. So I'm excited to see the prints.
Nice, well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see here. Oh, we're already at our final pair, which is Jenny Sampson and Nicole White.
All righty. Nicole, do you want to drive or do you want me to drive?
If you give me a sec, I think I might be able to do this.
So we weren't sure, like, we didn't sign up because I wasn't sure if it was gonna happen, but Nicole and I are actually, oh, excuse me. The bell's ringing.
Oh, I didn't hear it. We didn't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it? There's
No.
a clock dinging 11 times right now. There we go. So we're on the East Coast. We were in Boston for a rolls and tubes thing, and we were chatting about film swap, and I was like, Nicole and I basically were like, let's see if we could do a rolls and tubes film swap. And we managed to get one roll done. So
yeah. And I was in France and I realized I didn't bring a camera.
What?
Oh,
a 35 millimeter camera.
35 millimeter camera. And so
she brought cameras.
Okay.
I brought cameras.
Okay.
We
were shocked over here, shocked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who are you?
I know. No, I forgot to bring a 35, and so I bought one at a flea market in the middle of nowhere in southern France, and it worked pretty okay. Good enough, I would say. So it's a combination of that camera and the two of us in Boston, and I got the film processed this morning.
And yeah, I shot in Boston, and you shot, where were you when you shot it?
Southeastern Massachusetts, so like Plymouth,
Southeastern.
Massachusetts. Yeah.
And it was expired 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
And you found like a 1 hour photo lab in Massachusetts.
I did. Yeah, I
Nice.
did.
I love it.
I know. I'm actually amazed. They
were closed
processed
on
it.
Monday.
They were. They were.
We pushed it to the limit.
Yeah. So Jenny, do you want me to show just the good chunk?
Let's just show the good
Okay.
chunk. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually you don't know this because you haven't seen the film. But the frames line really well. And I don't know how. Because the other part of this is that I've never done this before. So this was a whole new world for me.
And I literally saw them for the first time after we started this show and tell.
Amazing.
Consummate professionals. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to flip through. I think there's like 10 or 14 or something like that.
Ooh, fun.
I know.
That's not the Plymouth Rock, though.
That's not Plymouth Rock.
We did see the Plymouth Rock.
We did.
Or
It's
Plymouth
kind of
Rock.
like this rock. Like you could just go see this rock and it's pretty much the same. And then Jenny, was this in you made subway pictures, right?
I did. I made
Okay.
subway pictures.
Okay.
And I had a feeling the flag would be a good thing to shoot.
Yeah. And I had no clue what I was doing. So I just figured I should shoot anything that has like a dark area and a light area.
It's interesting how this would be a different image if you flipped it with the flag upside down and
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Those flowers.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm impressed with the expired film, I have to say.
Mhm. Oh yeah, Kendra and Andrea, yours was expired too. 25
Yep.
years it's in.
Yep.
Actually, mine was too. I just have no idea how old it was.
What did you shoot here, Nicole?
This is this is after it rained. The sidewalk was covered in pollen because the pollen here is really intense. Like all the cars have like a thick layer. And so there was this yellowy line on the sidewalk. And that's what this is. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. What was I shoot? Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's like construction or something.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of fun because we haven't talked about this at all.
Mhm.
Yeah. It does.
Yes.
What a spot.
And obviously, like the other thing that I didn't realize, and yeah, it actually didn't occur to me until I was looking at these when we got them. Because the camera I bought was an Agfa from the 70s. The film loads the other way. And so like all my pictures were going to be upside down. And I just didn't.
I
That's
was
great though.
totally wondering about that. Like, how did that happen with a 35 millimeter?
It's great, and it's great that you didn't anticipate it and how these line up again, just like how everything just lines up just right.
Yeah.
And Braintree is such a weird name.
Yes, it is.
It is. Yes. It's the last stop on the train.
On the red line.
Yeah.
What is that dot?
That
What's
is
the thing?
an out of focus thermostat,
Oh, nice.
like a little temperature gauge.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I also didn't really know how well the camera would focus until I got my film back today. So
That is very cool too. It almost looks like, you know how when you the train signs almost look like it should say HP5.
Oh yeah, it's like the edge of the film.
it's it's the subway and it's the inside of my dad's house.
Braintree 400. That's funny.
Yeah.
Is that the last one? Oh, I like this one.
Very
I feel like
cool.
this one I feel like worked nice. It's real nice.
Ooh. Yeah, I was trying to be stealth and take pictures of people on the train.
Mm.
And there was that lady there reading a book.
Oh man, that's so satisfying how that arrow.
Oh my god.
A person of my like
I
inclination, just
know.
like it just fits so good.
It's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
It's so crazy.
I did not notice that when I flipped through. That is
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. I think that's the last one. Yeah, so I'll just go back through them the other way.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this was super fun. I don't know how I've managed to make it this far without ever doing this.
That's gonna be the tagline for film swaps from now on. Yeah, how have I been alive this long?
Right.
I love this one. Especially
like
since
my
it's like your head right next to Braintree.
I like the colors in this
Yeah,
one.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just super weird. This is really fun. Will there be nice? Yeah, Eric, there's totally gonna be a film swap class.
I'm like thinking we should have like a show for every one of these, but it'd be fun to do like a gallery on our website at least.
Totally. I really like this one. And this
Yeah.
was a
I
was a good
like
one.
that too. I
Yeah.
totally remember taking that, hoping that it would work. I was the shadow person.
Yeah, that's Jenny's shadow.
My shadow.
That's my rock.
Jenny's your
So there you go.
fantastic. Yeah, thank you, and thank everyone. Oh. So how is this bar crawl film swap gonna work?
Oh, that's when I cut out of reception.
Oh yeah, no, so I think it was Eric's idea. Somebody anyway, we were like, yeah, I think this would be fun, but we'll think about it. Everyone in the Bay Area is
Bar
invited.
film swap.
Bar crawl film swap.
Modeled after me and Yvonne.
I was gonna say it's not my idea. I
Yeah.
did it.
I think you're the one that yelled it the loudest in chat.
I am loud.
Louder for the people in the back.
Swap and crawl. I love it.
Just
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So is it time for me to talk about other show and tells?
Sure, if you would like.
So I think we're gonna our next show and tell, which normally it's the first Tuesday of every month. 4th of July is the first Tuesday. Obviously, we're not gonna have show and tell on the 4th of July. I think it might be the next week. Is that what it is, Anita?
I'm not sure. We haven't put on a date when we last spoke.
Let's see. I think
But the 11th would work, I think.
the 11th.
7-11. Yeah.
7-11. That's right. And I believe
We have it. We can't do 7-11. We have a executive team meeting that day.
I think it's the day before, but we'll hash out the details.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Around there. We have a lot of openings for the remainder of the year. If any of you are interested in hosting, all it means is you get to pick the theme, show your work, and then kind of moderate like Anita did tonight. So if any of you have any ideas at all, feel free. Is the link in the chat? Anita, I think I can tell Anita's looking for the link.
I'm actually responding.
Can
to the
translate
chat,
her
but-
expressions on Zoom now.
We've been doing this for years, folks. Okay, let me share the link to the
for the
sign up
sign up
sheet. Yeah.
Great. And I think July, it hasn't been picked yet, but I believe it's going to coincide with the show that goes up. Oh wait, the show that goes up after Women, with
the stories we tell. There are stories.
The stories we tell. So, but if anybody has an idea and wants to show in July, you certainly can. I'm not saying don't sign up, but I'm just inviting any of you, if you're interested, please go ahead and do that. And otherwise, our next one is July 11th.
Yeah, most likely.
Look at the sign up sheet for the theme because it's not up there yet.
Can you tell us Jackie, can you tell us about 127 Day, just so that folks who don't know about it can know?
Unmute myself here. Sure, yeah, 127 Day is a day to celebrate 127 format film. So we photograph on 127 film with any camera that fits it, or a 127 camera with some other film in there, like 35. And there's a site that I run where we, send me a photo that you made on 127 film on 127 Day, and we do a little online exhibition. 127 Day is 3 times a year. This is the 12th of July, this one that's coming up.
And it's because it's 1,
2, it's 1/2/7 in European notation, right? 12/7, which is backwards, but that's the way we think. That's they think it's frontwards that in Europe. And then there's also December 12th, right? 12/7, and of course January 27th.
Right.
So yeah, anybody who uses 127 or has been thinking about it, great time to do it.
Awesome.
Definitely been thinking about it. So yeah, I need to start shooting.
By the way, I'm wondering, am I finally unmuted?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we can hear you, Bob. Yay. Now you can
Okay,
say all
can
the
I
things.
I just want to take a second to thank Jackie. I mean, I got to tell you that it was my first swap as well. It was also, I only had 4 rolls under my belt with the Holga. So when Jackie said, let's pair up, I was like, seriously? So I just wanted to thank you, and need to thank you for getting me to the cemetery for those shots.
Yeah.
And Ernie, I got a few of those shots when I ran into you at Yerba Buena. So it was a good day, both days. So thank you again, Jackie.
Well, thank you, Bob. I think you pushed me beyond where I usually go, and I think we got some cool stuff.
I think so too. Thanks.
Anita, thanks for posting the link.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Jenny.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to add, Anita, you were talking about a film swap page on
Website.
the EPCO website. So maybe we can create a link or send an email out or something for people to upload their images.
Yeah. We'll get on that.
Get on that.
I'll get on that. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate your Klingon film swap combo. It's the nerdiest thing I've seen all day when that's saying something. Cool. Bringing it as ever. All right. Thanks, folks. This is fantastic.
Yes.
I hope we get to do another show with these. It was one of our most popular OPW shows, was of all our work with film swaps. So people love it. Spread the good word. We'll do another one of these soon. And
it's really great to have so many people here tonight
Yeah,
too,
totally.
participating, and hopefully the exhibition inspired people too to do it. So yeah. All right.
Have a great rest of your night, everyone.
Bye,
Bye. That was so much fun. Take
Good
care.
work, everyone. Good work.
Bye.